Oh, we get to see Liz's face this morning. She's driving. Oh, good morning. And Eric. Hi, Mr. Romero. I'm just kidding. We're excited to see you too.
Morning, guys.
Kinda.
You're
We're-
just salty because you weren't at the party, Eric.
I'm salty you weren't at the party.
I am.
I want to talk about this forever. We had people came in from Phoenix, from Washington, from Depression, all of them. I still haven't cleaned everything up. Well, then again, yesterday I drove from Tucson to Phoenix, Phoenix to Tucson, Tucson to Rio Rico, Rio Rico to Tucson. I had a total of 12 minutes at home between the hours of 5:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. Did my kids clean up anything? No. It's okay though. I didn't tell them to. However, 802, this is for you. What are your wins, prouds, something dang good in life?
Went under contract yesterday afternoon
Yeah, you did.
from Facebook post.
From Facebook to
Wow.
escrow. The Eric Ward story.
I got an offer last night on my west side listing, and then we've got another offer coming in today. Oddly enough, after we dropped the price per my suggestion, after they fought me on it for a week and wanted to wait another week or two, and I said, no, I think we really need to do this. Trust me.
Don't you love it when the agent's right?
Love it, love it. Especially because we did
Weird.
all new photos
Good
because they said they
morning.
hated the photos.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Erica.
Oh, I'm sorry. My neighbors are walking by.
Tell them to sell their house. Use you.
I'm on it.
All right. Yeah, I
How
remember
long-
looking at that one for you, Christina.
Yeah, remember? And then she wanted to do all new photos because she, quote, did not like the first photos, which we did. Same agency, different photographer, essentially the same. And then said she wanted to wait a few weeks so the new photos could do their thing. And I was like, ma'am, newsflash, it ain't the photos.
It is not the photography.
It's the price. Let's lower it below the next threshold, as I suggested initially. Get more eyes on it. No, my sister says I should wait. Oh, okay, great. Let's listen to your sister.
Yeah, your sister sold her house because she listened to me. So
Exactly. 3
let's
weeks
skip
prior.
the person and go straight to the source. I am the source, the horse and the source. But
How
it's
long
still,
did you have to wait till you could change her price?
As of yesterday, we were on for 48 days, and we were supposed to do the price reduction before the Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh, okay.
And then we delayed, she delayed photos another week and then pushed back on price reduction.
Yeah. That's
It's all good.
that's going to be the norms look like, huh? That is the norm. Just push the prices down. The sellers always want to put it up too high, so
if it ain't selling, it ain't selling.
yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was, I mean, it was a fair starting point. It was this, it was priced the same, so it's the exact same floor plan, except the third bedroom wasn't enclosed on the sister's property, same neighborhood, just around the corner, closed 3 weeks prior to us listing. Hers had a small saltwater pool, but it also didn't have like new roof, new windows, new door, all the other things that this one had. So the same, we priced it at the same, with a seller concession incentive. And I said, but I think that the sweet spot's going to be 10,000 below this. But let's see this if you want to see this, and we'll see how it goes. We saw how it went for a couple weeks. I said, this is what traffic looks like. Did all the things we do, presented everything, 0 showings except for one the first weekend. Here's what we need to bring it down to. And it was, no, I think the photos suck. Let's do that and leave it for a few weeks. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you want to be like, no, the photos don't suck. The market does, and we have to price around the market. If it's not selling, it's for one of four reasons. We'll talk about those four reasons after we hear one more win.
I
I got
got
it, I got it clear to close yesterday, Dan.
Yeah,
And
you
got three
did.
more. Take that.
Jim said three more. Someone
No, I
else.
said you
Caitlin's-
got three more.
Yeah. Caitlin's under contract. Yeah, you are.
Yep.
Yeah, you are. New build, right?
Yep. New build. And
Yeah.
my buyer, this is the buyer that I talked about a while ago, who is a first responder. And everyone had said, talk with the lender, see about some first responder programs. I just want to read to everyone what this lender had said to me, because I think that this really speaks volumes on who you work with. He said, first responder programs are pretty much made up. There's one called the Good Neighbor Next Door, but they basically have to buy a property in the ghetto. That's why I've never done one for this reason. And as soon as I read that, I was like, I cannot have him work with this guy. But we ended up going down to a new builder, and he is doing 0% down. He has a brand new house, 3-car garage, 4-bedroom house, and his payment's $2,200 a month. That's what he wanted, so that's what we did.
All right. Fuck yeah.
That's amazing.
That's a win, girl.
Well, all the builders have the Hometown Hero stuff, and that's not nothing. It's like $2,000 or more. Yeah, it was closing costs. Yeah, it was $3,000. And that was the other. We were able to do the Hometown Hero, and Lennar is offering another $7,000 towards closing costs. Yeah, so we were able to get all of his closing costs covered. He is and he gets to move in next month.
Next month. Guys, don't stop in my bit. You guys got steam rolling here. Good questions with each other. Good conversations rolling. Allows me to zone out.
I got a listing referral. The agent kind of took a while to get back to me, and then he texted me yesterday that he wants me to meet with his sellers next week. However, I wasn't able to tell him yet about the transition back to KW because he's with Real. He was previously with KW. And I don't know if that's going to be a problem. So trying to figure out how to navigate that. He wants to do a co-list, and I would be like his boots on the ground person here. And I already have ideas for marketing, so I really want it. But
tell him to click on over to K-Dubs.
would that be allowed?
It's not a problem. You just do a CBC form,
What's that, Jim?
cooperating broker commission form,
I thought so. Okay.
or additional broker compensation. One of the two. Yeah.
Mhm. I helped him with this buyer. Like, I helped him find that he had me be a showing agent about 2 years ago. And since then, I just was following up with his clients, and giving him updates about them too. And so he reached out to me when they wanted to sell. It was just, he hadn't responded back to me when I was asking him about the clients about 2 weeks ago, because I know he mentioned that they wanted to list. And so since then I transitioned back to KW. I didn't have the opportunity to tell him. I didn't know if it was still going to go through. So
Well, and here's the truth too. He wants to work with you. He doesn't care what broker you're at.
This is factual.
okay, cool.
He wants to work with Fabby. Fabulous.
Like if I have referrals and stuff like that, everybody's like, "Oh, try to find somebody in your brokerage," and then you would. I'm like, no, I'm finding the best agent. I don't care what brokerage they're at.
Yeah, no, I'm
I know,
here.
and I have to remind myself of that. But again, I was just like, let me see what these guys think, what they have, what their thoughts are,
And then recruit them.
and then recruit them back, right? Yeah.
All right. Are we done with our win celebrations? Community thoughts? This is Tuesday. It's a use day. But I just want to ask you the question again. What are the 4 reasons a house sells? What are the 4 pillars?
Price.
Condition, location, price, and oh gosh.
I don't know what kind of
Marketing.
it has. Sounds like it's in a hallway, down a bathtub.
It's
Who, me?
so loud.
You.
Yeah. So loud, like a
I'm in
megaphone.
the lobby.
Oh, it's your phone. It picks up.
Echoes.
That's crazy.
It makes
Okay, I give my 3. Someone has to give the last one.
I said marketing.
Yeah. In what order?
Condition.
Right? Condition, location,
Price.
price.
Marketing.
Or actually, it's condition, location, marketing, and then price.
Hmm.
Condition, can we change the condition?
Yep.
Sometimes. If it's got a shitty condition, what do?
Fix it.
You price it accordingly.
Yeah.
Right? If they're unwilling to fix it, repair it, or update it, you price it accordingly. Location, can we change its location?
Not unless
No.
it's a mobile.
Not unless it's mobile, and then you can't really sell it because it's not real property. Well, you can't really fix the location, so what do we need to do? Price it accordingly. Marketing. Well, that's the one piece you mess with. If it's getting eyeballs, it's getting attention, it's getting traction, is the marketing working? Yeah, arguably, we could say that. If the location can't be changed, the condition is fairly set, the marketing is working, what's the last variable that needs to be addressed?
Price.
Yeah.
Price. Is it easy for us to have that conversation? It gets the seller to agree to have a conversation around price. Let's role play. Okay. Who wants to be an angry seller? Their house isn't selling. Aaron, thank you. You're so angry this morning. So angry she went on mute, off mute. Aaron, why do you think your house isn't selling?
I have no idea. I thought we discussed, the pricing and everything, and it's just been sitting here.
It
No,
has
but-
been. Well, if you remember when we first sat down and talked about the 4 reasons a house sells, do you remember that?
Yes, a little bit.
Say no. No one fucking remembers. Come on.
No,
No, you're right. Well, here, let me remind you. Well, the 4 reasons are: 1, it's the condition, and your house has been pretty updated. You guys have got, pretty good routine keeping it clean. You've maintained it well. I don't think that's the issue. Next is location. Not much we can do about that because, well, it is where it is, and this house can't pick up and walk away. The marketing is working because you've seen the traffic patterns I've shared with you every week, right? The online views, the saves, the traction, the impressions that we're getting online. Now, if we look at all that, and then I'm going to pull out my pricing target. If you guys have never seen the pricing target, you guys remember the pricing target is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got it right here. I just shared it yesterday.
With the little fish thing.
But there's one. That's one of the pricing targets, but it's actually a physical target. It
There you
looks
go, in the
target.
chat.
So Jim just put in the chat for you. So I'll use Jim's version so you guys can see all the things.
This isn't Jim's version. I stole it from you.
I know, but mine. I'll show you the differences here. Look, what Jim put in the chat versus what I have. Mine's custom for me, but we go through this and I'll tell them, right? The last thing we have to deal with is pricing. We look and right now we're getting some online traffic. We're getting few showings. That tells us we're between 6 and 12% off. What do you want to do?
what do
No.
you suggest?
What was that?
I was like, what-
Dan, where are those numbers coming from?
National studies.
Dan, can't we just take new pictures?
We could absolutely. We can re-engage our marketing. But we know the marketing's working because we're already getting online traffic. We're already getting saves. We're already getting views. We're already getting things that indicate that the house is showing well online. They're just not converting to in-person showings. When we see a bunch of saves, does that not indicate interest in a property? They just don't like it enough at that price. Now, I'm not saying huge amounts off, but just based on historically cracked information on what houses sold for, what the traffic patterns were reported, if you're getting online traffic but few showings, you're between 6 and 12% off on price.
I don't want to price reduce. I'm not
Okay.
in a hurry.
You're fine. We don't have to. How long do you want your house to sit on the market without getting an offer?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, Fabby. We've been on the market now for 72 days. We've had one showing. It's not for lack of effort. We've had 17 open houses. We've had 10,000 people look at it online. And if this was the 90s, that's no different than 10,000 people driving by it. The issue here is no one's wanting to come check it out in person. They just don't like it enough at that price. So I understand not being in a hurry, but as the market trends away from you, is it in your favor or away from your favor to continue to wait?
I mean, have you done a video or something? Maybe it'll convert the people online to the people in person.
My marketing is working, Fabby. I know it is because we're getting the action. We're seeing it in the reports. They're not converting to in person. If we go back to, we look at the condition, the house is in good condition. We priced it according. There were some things that you didn't want to do and fix, and that's okay. That's why we priced it where we did. Can't really change its location because the location is set. The neighborhood is the neighborhood. Its proximity to the railroad tracks. It's it, right? You're the one that bought a house on 8 Mile. Sorry. We know the marketing's working because we see the reports. We see the traffic. We see the patterns. We've got the interest online. Now converting it to in-person showings is one of the things. If we look at the information based on national studies, when houses are on the market, the longer they sit on the market, the higher the perceived problems with the house are. They become stigmatized. What's wrong with it? So is it in your best interest to let the house sit on the market longer?
No,
No. What do you want to do about it?
want to sell it.
Okay. Well, how open are you to doing a price amendment? Repositioning us?
Be open to seeing what that brings us.
Okay. You want to do a big adjustment or a small adjustment?
I'd like to attract as many buyers through my house.
Okay. What does that look like?
I guess that looks like a bigger price reduction.
Okay. What are you comfortable with?
Well, if you're suggesting a 12%, we're off by 12%, and 72 days in, I think that would be a significant price reduction. But
Yeah. We're listed at 750,000.
around 20,000, is that
Yeah.
we're
12% is
looking at?
$90,000.
You say 90?
Yeah, 12% of 750,
Oh,
90,000.
yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's take it down to the next searching pillar, right? The next $25,000 market. We're at 750. Let's drop it to 725.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 3% change. It puts us in the next pricing bracket. We'll see what happens with the traffic pattern for the next 2 weeks. If we're not getting the results and yield that we want, let's look at maybe doing those repairs that we talked about. Maybe doing some of that update that we were thinking would do so, and then we'll rephotograph the house, remarket some things, and then that might justify the higher value. If not, then we're going to continue to chase the pricing slide.
I have
What'd
a
you-
question just because I'm curious.
Yeah, what'd you hear?
Would you built in like your private comments, like the repairs or the possible concessions that your seller can make instead of like waiting for the market to show you, like to give you feedback for another 2 weeks and then offer that?
So up front, I would have a conversation with them and let them know, hey, this is what your house would probably sell for in the area based on the comparables. If you want to price above that, I'm willing to price whatever you want. I'm not willing to stay there. So within the first 2 weeks, we need to make an adjustment.
Mhm.
Now, the next possible thing is if we're at 70 some days on the market and we're saying, hey, what's going on? What are we going to do? We come back and say, okay, now it's time to get some creative. What if we offered some concessions? You know, do a $10,000 price reduction and offer $10,000 in concessions to help buy down the rate, make it more impressive to the buyers that are coming through. Give them a carrot, if you will. That's good for negotiation when you have people already looking at the house. You can go back to other agents that brought their buyer through and say, hey, the seller's willing to do this. Is your buyer on? Let's get a deal going. Now, if not, what are people online searching by? When you're online looking at houses, this is as a realtor and a consumer, are you reading the descriptions or are you looking at the price and the pictures and then moving on?
I'm looking at the
Prices, pictures.
pictures and price. Moving on.
Exactly. No one's reading the descriptions. That's why putting that out there is kind of like, hey, great, you're offering
But
concessions. It's only going to be important to the people who already like the house enough to buy it. You just have to get it tickling their fancy.
okay. I did hear, well, what about the agents that are like championing, oh, look, this property had a price reduction, and I read on the comments, the seller's motivation, and they're looking to offer concessions on top of that, and then they share that with the buyer.
It's a potential. Absolutely. I can tell you Christina sold a house because they went up front with a good price point and concessions from the gate.
Mhm.
That way, with a new listing, everything was there. You're going to get those when you make your price amendments or you do changes in the comments or in the agent only remarks. It says, hey, seller willing to concess up to $10,000 towards buyer's closing costs to help them with buy down the rate or any other buyer expense.
Right at the front of the description,
Yep.
so that it was like the first thing that stood out
Mhm.
instead of all this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
Seller credits available. Right? Show people, hey, we're willing to play ball. Just give us an offer.
Then we tweaked it, Fabi, because that's what we had on this one. We had it priced at $360 with a $5,000 seller concession built
Mhm.
in. On the back end, we built in 10,000. Like I'm doing the scenarios on the back end for the sellers, obviously, and looking at different
Concessions.
possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like if we added a home warranty, I always had it with at least $1,000 in like inspection repairs.
Mhm.
I always build it with a full 3% to the buyer side. Like I'm like over padding this thing. And then when we did the price adjustment, we brought the overall price down. We took away the concessions to start, but again, like in the back of her mind, she still had that up her sleeve ready to be able to offer that if we
Mhm.
need to still deploy that.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that, and yes, that's a really good idea. Nice.
Okay. I think it's one of the most important things you guys can do is have conversations that are difficult. Sellers
Scary.
reducing their price, difficult. Buyers improving their offers, difficult. But what did I do in my example? Did I tell her what to do?
Yes.
I didn't. What did I do?
You asked me questions, but you were
Was
also
anyone paying attention enough to
concerned.
remember the question I asked?
How long are you willing to wait?
That's a starting
Houses
point.
and stuff.
Yeah. Sets a timeline.
Mhm.
And then what do you want to do? Remember these words. Authorship is ownership. If I set the price, who do they get mad at when it doesn't sell for that price?
You.
If I get them to tell me what their price points are, hey, what do you want to do? How do we fix that? How do we control that? How do we correct it? How do we do something?
And they still get mad at you.
They still get mad at you, but not as mad. But you got to get people questioning. Like when you start asking questions, you are unlocking part of someone's brain that they're not defending against. If I come to Jim and say we need to reduce the price, Jim already says, no, we're not doing that, blah, 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 blah. Like Jim already has this prepared. But I come to Jim and say, what do you want to do? What are your thoughts? Jim's like, I don't know. Let me Google what I'm thinking.
This is where we're at. This is how long we've been there. This is what it's costing you. How would you like to move forward?
Yeah.
Well, it's how you like my client ChatGPT it.
Yeah, ChatGPT it. Everything about real estate, ChatGPT, and it was wrong twice. But Jim's right. Here's the facts. Here's the data. Here's the traffic pattern we've had for the last 3 weeks. Here's the interest we've had online. Here's how many saves. Here's how many views. And if you don't know how to look up that information, let's research that, right? You can go to Zillow.com on your listing and go to the owner's dashboard and look at that traffic pattern.
Mhm.
Does anyone not know what I'm talking about?
Redfin, Realtor, Homes.com, they all do it.
Yeah, Redfin, Realtor. I actually didn't know. I don't use Redfin. Maybe I need to. But I use Homes.com, Realtor.com, and Zillow.com. Those three real fast. And when you go to Zillow, Mags, so I'll show you real quick. Oh man. And also you can do this for buyers too, and you can show people how much traction or activity a house is getting.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to
Like when an agent's like, we
Yeah,
got
this
so
correct.
much traffic over the weekend, blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at their stats. I'm like,
Yeah, this
sure
is
about
anybody-
that?
Anybody can look at this, not just the homeowner?
Yeah, look, I just grabbed I'm doing a CMA. This just happens to be one of the houses in the CMA that I'm doing. So let's go check it out. Don's Crystal Court pulls it up, right? Did a $10,000 price cut there at 440. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1,900 square foot, corner lot. Boom. Up here at the top under more, view owner dashboard.
Yeah.
Right here, I can see this estimate's 430,400, the range 411 to 445. It's had $9,000 in price changes over the next 30 days. Here's the equity. But what we do here under latest activity, click on that. Here you go. This is the week activity. In the last 30 days, it's had 34 saves and 970 views. In the last 30 days, it's had pretty steady interest. No major drop-offs. Does this not give you an indication of traffic pattern? Now let's go find one that did a huge drop-off.
That's another good, that one there, Dan, is a great one to show a seller too, by the way, because you had tons of interest at the beginning and then a drop and then a little spike on the weekend and then a little drop, and a little spike on the weekend, a little drop. And the trend is going this direction.
Yeah.
Our house is pretty.
So that's just gives you an idea. Where's my stop? There it is. My stop shares. I got 15 feet of screen here. I got to find where the stop share is. But Jim's absolutely right. It shows you trending, right? A little bit interest, drop down, a little bit interest, drop down, a little bit interest, drop down. Which way is the market trending?
And not even the market, it's the interest in that specific home.
Yeah, the market of your house. What is the market trending? And you get them to answer. Okay. Is it in your favor to wait?
Or you don't wait till you have this much interest.
Yeah, no, and you can see spikes, right? When you got people that do price reductions, open houses and stuff like that. So let's see this one. Let's see. This might be one that'll show you guys some spikes.
Got mine, Dan. See the spike when we did our price reduction.
Yeah, here we go. Here's a spike one. Just so you can see the. Can you tell me when we did price reductions? Right?
14-day mark, yep.
Yeah,
Well,
right here.
15-day and
Right here.
22-day.
So this was an open house. But you can see where you're spiking, instant drop off, spiking, instant drop off. This one's listed at 525. Estimates of 520, between 495 and 547. Right? We're in the ballpark. We've got 21 saves. Is that a lot of saves? No, it's not. It means 21 people like this house. So when you share the data, it makes the change easier. And just got to ask questions. What are you seeing? What do you think? What do you want to do? So good conversation, good conversation today, guys. My brain. I'm sorry. Just mushing words together. Did you learn something?
Yes.
Put it to use. Stop telling, start asking. Questions are more powerful than statements. Don't you agree?
Mhm.
All right. I'll see you guys
Go-
tomorrow.
Don't you agree?
Maggie caught it. It's also called an anchor. We'll have to do that class again. The conversations, presuppositions, post suppositions, and anchors. If you don't know what those words are,